Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Venus, and today I have just some tips or asanas for helping to tone down through your stomach, hip flexors, the sides of your hips, the core area, and your tummy or glute area. And so I'm just basically going to do maybe like 4 or 5 different asanas that's going to help you to tone, maybe even lose weight. Each one of these asanas, if you do them daily or like start off, if you're just starting, you maybe want to do it a few times a week, a couple times a week. Work your way up to like five days a week. Give yourself the weekend off. But doing these, throughout the week is going to really start helping and toning. Yoga is a really good thing to do. And each one of these that you do, you want to do at least 5 reps starting. You could start lower, but I would suggest like 5 reps each time. And I'm just going to show you the different things they are and how to breathe through them, because your breath is very important. That is also what's going to help you to tone down and do the asana correctly. And the first one we're going to start in is a boat pose, because that is like the best one to do. And these are 5 of the best ones, I think, for toning. And you're just going to take a seat on your mat, sitting up really tall. And of course, whenever you're doing these, if you do them all together, you want to do a little bit of like a pre-warm up, and then you also want to do like a cool off after you're done. But we're leaving that out today because I'm just basically going to help you see how to get into each posture and do them correctly. We are going to start with our breath. You're going to breathe in your nose and out your nose. If that's too difficult, if you have allergies, colds, things like that, breathe in your nose deeply and out your mouth deeply, the same intervals, like the same seconds. So breathe in and exhale. The breathing in and out of the nose is your Uwaji breath, and that's why I've picked that one. It's just more the easier, more common one. Now from here, you want to bend your knees up, keeping your posture really tall. And then you want to walk your feet back a little bit, and then just bring your knees up, lift your feet up. And this is where you really want to engage in your core to keep it straightened up tight, navel to spine. And this also helps with balance too. Now, as you come up with your feet, you'll notice you want to roll back. Don't roll back. You want to keep your back really straight, so push through. If this helps you to get the back straight, push your arms straight up and then come forward, grabbing the legs, behind the legs. You can also, if you have a belt handy, which I have this one handy here real quick, you can bring that at your feet to help lift your feet up and steady yourself, because you want to keep your shoulders back, the feet up, and then you can slowly come back even further until you start to feel a nice burn on your core. And if you're doing it without the belt, you'll do that same thing, tight on the sit bones into the mat, lifting the feet up. You can stay here holding on to your thighs. Make sure you're keeping the shoulders back tall, and then raise your hands up. And then from here, you can slowly come down, rounding through the back. Lift the legs up even higher. Breathing. And you'll start to feel the core shake, and that's perfectly normal. And it's going to also help tone up through the hip flexor area, your hips. And then you can even reach up if you want to, even more. And then to come out of it, you just want to drop your knees down, gently roll back up. And I would say do that about 5 times in the day. And that is your boat pose. And next we're going to come into bridge pose. And this one's really good. And this is where you can keep a block handy to place underneath your tailbone if you wish. You're going to bring them knees back up. Bring your heels as close as you can to your glutes. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears and tuck your tailbone under. This also helps strengthen through the core and through your glutes because we all want a nice lifted booty. From here, you're just going to gently tuck the tailbone under and raise up, keeping the legs zipped together, and then press down on the heels and come up. And this is where you could place a block underneath your back or your tailbone area. Or you can even take your hands underneath and fold them and then gently lift up through the shoulder blades, pushing up. Use your glute and your core strength to push up even higher. And then you gently roll back down. And again, you could do it without nothing and just roll up. But remember, the objective here, if you want to do like 5 of these, if you're doing it with the other ones, then 5 is usually enough. If you're putting them together. And the objective is you want to keep the legs zipped up tight, your feet close together. You don't want to have them fall open like this. That's the wrong way. You want to keep everything zipped up really tight. And then right when you're at where you feel like you can't go any higher, make sure you breathe in. And then raise up a little bit more, but be sure to keep the knees together. And then gently come back down. And then we'll do the next one, which is going to be another thing you could do in between those stretches, come up into your downward facing dog. This also is very good for strengthening the core, navel to spine. You can pedal out through the legs. In your downward dog, you want to press back just through the shoulders, pressing your chest towards your thighs, your quadriceps. And then you can even pedal out the feet if you want to stretch through the legs. But starting here in your downward facing dog is a good way to come into your plank. Because plank is excellent. So what you do in your downward facing dog, roll yourself forward because you're coming forward. You need to feel where your forward mark is. Press back through the heels and then just come forward that far. Navel to spine. And this you'll feel in the core as long as you have your navel to your spine. Then you're going to be breathing in and out of your nose or in and out of your mouth. Usually hang out here for about 5 seconds. And then you can come down. And then if you want to come back up again for 5 seconds and maybe do like three repetitions of that or 3 sets. And it's just basically plank. You can also do, if that one is too hard for you, you can do your plank on your forearms and just press back through the heels, navel to spine, or you can add it with breathing, navel to spine, and do about 5 repetitions of this too. And then the next thing I'll show you is going to be your side plank. And this side plank is going to help you work on the whole side body to help trim down the hips. So come up into that plank from your plank here, you want to turn to the side. You can stack your feet or just have one foot down in front of the other. And then you're going to push up through the hip as high as you can. And this is going to navel to spine, cause a little bit of shaking, which is normal. This is a very good one for strengthening that whole side body area. And then round your hand down. And then come all the way back down. And there you have it. Now from there, I would suggest doing, and this is for that side plank, you need to do that on both sides. So I'm going to do that real quick just to even up a little bit. You can also start in side plank just by rolling on your side, which I will quickly turn around here. You're starting on your side, and then you can just press. Let me adjust on the mat here. What you'll do is you can have your legs bent, but then you're going to slowly bring them out and stack them, and then press up. And you can do that in with the forearm too, and don't fall over backward. This is really where it's really important to have your navel to spine, because that's also going to help you with your balance. And then drop the hand back down. So you could do it either way. The plank you can do forearm plank, or you could do your high plank clear up, or also with your forearm, either way. And each one of them, again, you want to do at least 5 reps of each. If you'd like to see other kind of things to help with toning, I have several of them on my site. All you have to do is subscribe. You can leave a comment or like too, or even share with a friend. I want to thank you for joining me for that, and good luck on your firming and toning, and I will see you next time. Everybody have a beautiful day.